From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Taylor Plott here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with your latest forecast on this Wednesday. Things looking fantastic today, tomorrow, even on Friday, but we have some changes coming up, and that's in the form of some rain and storms coming up this weekend. I'll get to that here in just a little bit. First off, let's take a look outside from our Arctic Air Skycam network. Things looking absolutely fantastic out there. Abundant sunshine. The high clouds that you see off in the distance here in Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, even in the Florence area as well, that's well off to our south. That's where we have a little bit of a system that's moving on through down to our south, but we have high pressure moving on through, as you see here in the radar and satellite composite. There's that high pressure moving on in. That's giving us a little bit of a cooler air mass in place today, but here are those clouds I mentioned off to our south. Even some rain and storm activity here across parts of Texas into parts of Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi, but that will remain to our south today as we're going to be dry for the next several days. Temperatures, like I mentioned, a little bit on the cooler side thanks to that air mass that's moving in with that area high pressure, but still looking fantastic today. Temperatures generally in the upper 60s and lower 70s, 72 in the Shoals, 69 in Laredo, 68 in Lawrenceburg, and 68 in Columbia. You look at that with the hour-by-hour forecast, you'll see we'll bump up right around 71 degrees is kind of your average throughout everybody here today, seeing that high temperature in that lower 70 mark. And then once we get into the evening hours, we'll start to dip back down into the 60s. And then once we get past sunset, you'll see those temperatures drop back into the 50s and 40s. So if you do have any of those late evening plans, just like yesterday, you need to have that light jacket on hand just in case you get a little chilly out there. When you wake up on your Thursday morning, temperatures will be on the chilly side, down into the middle and lower 40s, but will quickly rebound once again into the 70s. So if you want to go out, maybe fish off the dock, take the boat out, and get some fishing activity done on your Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, things looking fantastic. We do introduce a small chance of a shower on Friday, though, so 78 degrees, fantastic temperature-wise, but you might have to dodge a few areas of rain potentially on your Friday. Allergies, yes, I'm definitely still dealing with them. You can hear them in my voice, but I bet a lot of people are as well. It's springtime here in the South, and you know what that means. It's time to get that allergy medication out and put it to some good use. And it's going to be pretty high on your allergy forecast here, brought to you by the Tennessee Valley Allergy Services. Again, once we get through the next several days, you're still dealing with a lot of those allergy pollen counts and stuff out there as well. So definitely need to keep that allergy medication coming. We do have some relief, though. Once we get into Saturday and Sunday with some of the rain potential, that should start to limit the overall pollen out there, at least for a few days. Once we get into Friday, though, like I mentioned, just a few pop-up showers could be possible, but our big rain chances come Saturday afternoon into the evening, and then again during the evening time on Sunday. That's where you can start to see some severe weather. But on Saturday, a few storms around, but I don't see any big-time severe weather threat on Saturday. But our focus is on Sunday for that severe risk. We'll have an area low pressure that gets going off to our northwest. Jet stream starting to dip in across the area. That's going to allow for that upper level support. That's what we need for those storms to really get robust and strong. But on top of that, we'll have a good amount of moist air across the area and instability. So you're starting to get all those ingredients getting together. The one thing that could be lacking ingredients-wise is the overall shear with this system. The shear doesn't look to be extremely high like what we saw a couple of Saturdays ago. This is not like that Saturday system. We don't have all of these ingredients that are just on the higher end of things. The shear looks to be lacking a little bit. However, there should be enough that there will be a strong to severe storm potential across the majority of our area. And again, this is Sunday evening into the overnight hours. So the fact that we're still several days away, I can't tell you the type of magnitude of threat we're dealing with, but I can tell you this does not look to be that high-risk situation like what we had a couple of Saturdays ago. But what you need to do is you need to stay tuned to the forecast. Best way to do it is to get our weather app. You download it from your iOS or Android store. You can scan that QR code right there to get the latest Tennessee Valley Weather Center forecast. in the palm of your hand, including this update that you see me doing right now. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Again, like I mentioned, things looking fantastic for the next few days. Temperatures will get up into the upper 70s to lower 80s on Sunday. That's going to add that fuel to the storm potential as we get into Sunday evening and night. Beyond that system, a little bit of a cool down, 70 degrees on Monday, but down into the middle 60s. There could be some places that stay in the lower 60s on your Tuesday, so a little bit of a much cooler air mass coming in behind that system looks to be in place on your Tuesday. That's your latest forecast from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center at this afternoon hour. Fred Gossage will be in at 5 p.m. to give you the latest information on the forecast with his Live at 5.